Hey guys, we are doing a Dutch angle today, because I didn't straighten my steering wheel when I parked. Just got out of work, like 5-10 minutes ago. I've been texting, like my ex-coworker. She and I have a lot to complain about. Today was my first day back at work in the new year, and let's just say it was rough. I am not embarrassed to admit because I am such a huge crybaby. I spent the first like 2 hours crying because, well, I arrived late because I am late to everything, not something to be proud of, just a fact. And then this customer of mine called me and we had an issue with his order on Friday. It was supposed to arrive on Thursday. It never did. And I called UPS for him and he was like, they said that, oh, somebody requested it to be delivered in like 20 days. And I'm like, what the heck? He needed it today. We paid for 2-day shipping. And then he told me that he went over to UPS and they were like, oh, usually when the UPS drivers are overwhelmed, they just mark as refused for future and then deliver in the future. And we're like, what the heck? You're literally a house. Like, there's no need to refuse. Just leave it there and leave. And he said that it was currently stuck in one of 5 like mega containers and no one was gonna do that over the New Year's weekend for him. So he's just like waiting for it to show up. And then like he placed an order and then he's like, how are you? I can tell there's something different about you. And then that made me cry because I was like, how did you know? Thank you for noticing. And I kind of went through a little bit about how my friend told me I'm having an existential crisis, about how after my trip I came back and I was like, you know, after seeing like such amazing things in the world and seeing so many different things in the world, coming back and sitting in an office 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, talking to people and getting complaints and like getting yelled at about suits, it's just, it means nothing to me anymore. Like, in the last year at my job, I've built a really good connection and foundation with most of my customers that I speak to. And I want to say they love me. It might be me inflating my head. One of them actually told me he loved me on Friday, and I cried immediately after he said that because I'm such a crybaby because I love. And then, it just feels so small potatoes, and like, that's my existential crisis. And I was like, I didn't want to come back to work right away, and then I got sick for a week, lucky me. So that like helped me delay it more. And then when I came back, that video I made about should I quit for realsies, that one, that happened, and it's just been a lot to handle at work, on a personal, emotional level. So I've not been wanting to stay at this job, and I told him that, and he's like, and I told him about the thing about the trade show, how it got denied by the China team. But then the sales director was like, I want to take you to these places. I want like bigger things for you. But I think I've realized very recently that there's no growth for me in this company. And that really sucks. And the people in the office, they don't value me because they value the person who's not getting straight A's more than they value me. Also, I got my year-end bonus. I saw my statement for my year-end bonus. They only gave me $100. Last year they gave me $500. So like, I'm like, what the heck is this? And they gave us $100 Costco Shop card, which is also like, this is stupid. I can make that money in like a 10-minute, like a 2-minute conversation. Like, that's nothing. And then I also told him about like some of like my breakup and how like it was kind of difficult for me. Like, it just happened like 2 days ago, and you know, my heart hurts. And he's like, yeah. And then mostly, I don't know if I told him about the breakup. I might have. And then I came outside to cry more, because I was already crying when I was on the phone. I grabbed 2 tissues. I came out. I just sat on the steps over there and just bawled and wailed. And then right after that, I go back in, do some orders, and I get another call, and it's the wife of one of my biggest customers, and she's been helping him out for the last few months. And turns out she's my age, which is super cute and wonderful. And she is the sweetest woman I've ever, like, I adore her. She is so lovely and sweet and has such a positive outlook on life. And she's like, hey, we haven't talked since you got back. I want to hear everything. How are you doing? How was the cruise? How was the trip? And I told her exactly all the same stuff as the previous person. It was a longer phone conversation, and I went into more detail about like the breakup and the reasons and stuff. And it she was so supportive and lovely. She's like, I understand how you feel, like you feel hurt as long as you need to feel. And like and she's like, but like, no, when you meet the one, they are the one. And then she told me about like her love story with her and her husband, and I was like, oh, that's so wonderful, because like I really like them. Like I talk to them all the time. And these two examples are just a great example of like what I've done in the past year at this company, and like that people are calling me not to do business with me, but to be like, how are you? I'm genuinely checking up on you. Like, I think in October or November or something, literally one of my customers called like my direct line and was like, oh, what's going on with you? Are you okay? And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Well, mostly because like I'm a no nonsense kind of girl when it comes to work, so I was like, how can I help you? And he's like, nothing, I just wanted to talk to you and see how you are. And I was like, oh my god. And like the fact that I am able to have this emotional connection with these people who are basically just giving me money and their business, I guess, it's so beautiful. And that's what, not specifically this, but that's what the sales director was saying like the other week, about how like you're valuable to this company because of what you can do, not just because of your data entry and how like fast you are at putting in numbers, but like that connection that you create with those people. And I know that is true, and I agree that is true, but being acknowledged is not enough. Like it's just like a saying, like show don't tell, words mean nothing, or whatever. Like add some more curse words in there, but that is like the basis of what everyone has been telling me more recently when I tell them about like they say one thing but they do another thing. And you know, like it was a rough morning at work. Power through, of course, did a whole bunch of orders like always, and it's starting to pick up. And I was like texting my coworker, the one who got fired, I was texting her throughout the day about like updates and stuff. And like, yeah, it just, oh, and then like we've had some items that arrived today, like 10 minutes before like work got out. And I've been checking inventory all day because I knew they were gonna arrive. And then as soon as I saw them in there, I immediately sent emails to everyone who had these things like on back order. And I was like, do you want this, like this is your list. Which ones do you still want? Which ones do you like want to add? And immediately I did that and like already put it on my supervisor's desk. And then one of the guys working in China emailed me and CC'd one of the managers and was like, hey, these orders are all available now. And I'm like, oh good, they're already on my supervisor's desk for signature. And he just replied, good, exclamation point, exclamation point. Like, bro, I replied to that email in like 2 seconds, but I do have like a setting on my Gmail which is like wait 2 minutes to send in case I mess up and I want to undo it, because I like to edit. Anyway, Happy New Year, guys. Bye.